hold the ball, when you step to the plate, will you swing and fall? If you play, you gotta know how it's done. Can you catch, can you hold a hard one? I mean, baby, do you know the game? I mean, baby, do you know the game? I'm a big league pitcher. Can you catch the hairline sling?
We also want to point out some longtime supporters of this event that have hot tables and have been here for well over 25, 30 years. Past President Mary Cola, Ron Reynolds, Tony Morisi, the Police Amateur Athletic Association, and Jessica Walker. Notable, maybe if they made it yet, Billy Dean, President of the Oakland A's. Shayad Goldfarb, stuck in traffic. I'm not sure if he's made it yet. Vice President of Operations, he is. Mark Wilson, General Manager of the San Jose Giants. We also have Major League Baseball Crew Chief and World Series umpire Ted Barrett, graduate of Los Altos High School. He made it up from Arizona to be here. It's an honor for him to do the award tonight. He had Matt Cade's perfect game as well as David Combs. And it's an honor. Thanks for being here, Ted. We have A's broadcaster Ken Gordon, San Francisco Chronicle writer following the A's, Susan Slusser. John Coach, Executive Director of San Jose Sports Authority. We also have Linda Pereira, the first inaugural recipient of the Kathy Wolf Award that she'll hand out tonight. And I believe we have Gretchen and Betsy, the sisters of Kathy Wolf, along with Ellie Parker, who's part of the Kathy Wolf family. We also have some legendary coaches, Mark Marquis, Sam Ferraro, Tom Dutton, and a number of others. We have a lot of scouts. They support us. We thank Tom Hughes for rounding up the guys and getting them here. We'll just name them off. We have Zach Minitzian, who's the pro scouting director for the Giants. Mike Holmes, Giants amateur scouting director. From the A's, Scott Hattenberg, Scott Kidd, Eric Cavuto, Kevin Milo, Trevor Ryan, Mark Adair, Armin Brown, Chris Picaro, John Rooney, Mark Sauer, and Will Sharp, all here to honor Billy Owens and what he's done. We also have Keith Snyder from the Giants, Tyler Robinson from the New York Yankees, Rich Morey from the Cincinnati Reds, Don Lyle from the Indians, Tom Kunis from the Dodgers, Brian Byrne from the Nationals, Patrick Perry from the Rangers, Tyler Holmes from the Mets, and Doug Fairman from the Mets. That's 25 scouts here tonight. Thank you very much for your support. In closing, Hot Stove Santa Cruz Valley is about getting together to welcome the new season ahead and to reward for the great things that happened in the season before. From that, we as a committee try to help out those amateur baseball programs that need help. They need help. This year we have added to this by taking our baseball community, that's all of you, and helping another that had been devastated by the fires this past December. The Paradise High School baseball program, every student on varsity lost their home. They lost all their equipment, sheds were burnt down, fences destroyed, lost their batting cages and nets. It was a disaster, as we all know. Yesterday, Obie Obenauer and myself, we spoke with the athletic director at Paradise High School, Annie Stevens, and told her we as a committee, with the help of our Hot Stove family, was going to do what we can do to help. So we'll be writing a check for $500, placing it into the box that we also pass around tonight to the tables for those that feel like they can help out a little bit. If you don't have any money, you can write your name, contact information. I'll get a hold of you, and whether it's $20 or $200, it'd be wonderful to help them out. Thank you for whatever you can do. Thank you for loving baseball and being here with us as part of our 35th annual Hot Stove Banquet. So to MC tonight, we're proud to have our local Bellarmine grad, San Jose State alum, former Giant, Phillies, Nationals, and Angels Major League Baseball player, now doing the road games for the Philadelphia Phillies in 2019, and also on KNBR Sports Radio back here at home, which he does a great job with. Let's get a warm welcome for Kevin Franson.
All right, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, we're gonna go to the dinner tickets. So I'm bringing this man up.
No, you're good. Hello all. Very simply, right now, this head table right here, please head over to pick up your dinner, followed by all of the winners in the table right in front of the podium, please. And then we'll start calling out table numbers very shortly. Thank you.
I gotta thank JB Long, who's been doing this for the last couple of years. He's way too good at this, so he's calling his first NFC championship game this weekend as the radio guy for the LA Rams. Bad, I get that, but it's pretty special to have a former teammate, classmate, and JB doing that, so I gotta thank him for being awesome. Thank you to the parents that are here, for everyone that's up here, or for the Alvin Little League kids, Valley Christian kids, and even the families that brought their kids just to enjoy this night here at the Hot Stove Banquet. You know, my dad's here. He brought me when I was younger, not getting anything, and it was a special time. And look, we represent a lot of each other here when we're doing this, so you got to thank each other on that. Another thing, doing radio, I get all these calls all the time, and it really makes me mad because, you know, fans are nuts these days. So the game's changed, and it's for in a great way. And that's the one thing I really hope you can take away from this is it's still baseball. Whether you think you hear the word analytics or sabermetrics or whatever, it's a good thing. It's an information. By the way, teams are trying to win. Well, some teams. Some teams. We'll go on that. But to the scouts here in attendance, you know, I think more than anything, except for Therm,
I really hope you guys still feel appreciated for what you guys do, because I know everyone around here knows what you guys do on a day in, day out basis, writing up all your stuff, and I hope you guys still feel appreciated, because I know it's not lost. There's a reason why you're still doing it, because you guys love it, and I hope that everyone here can give them a round of applause for all the scouts that are here in attendance. And then also to the guys and girls that are up here tonight, look, you represent each other like I was talking about. Don't be jealous when someone passes you by or anything. Be proud. We're in an awesome area. Santa Clara County has produced so much talent around here, and it's awesome to be out there. Look, Pat's out there. He took me out at second base. I'm climbing on his back when he was a Philly, and it's in my room. Why? Because it's awesome. He's from the area. He's a Bell. Go Bells. Anyway. All right. We're going to get this thing going. We're going to bring up some individuals. We're not going to go there. But, Billy, you're going to be the first one up here. There's lots of changes have gone up in San Francisco this year. There's a new regime, as we all know. But some has been pretty stable in Oakland, and I want to bring up the Executive Vice President of the Oakland Athletics, Billy Bean. Is he not here? All right, he's not here. Would have been nice to have told him. Yeah, it's all right. It's all good. All right. Anyway. Well, if he comes, we'll save it on that. All right, so.
Dude, he sent me a text.
Today's January 15th, marked the first day for some schools around here. So I'm going to bring up the college coaches. As East Coast schools have complained about California teams going to jump on everyone, you know, it's a little later these days. So the three local college coaches, Brad, Dave Esker, Rusty, can you come on up for a little Q&A? We're going to bring up Brad Sanfilippo first. Head coach, San Jose State Baseball. Fancy suit. Nice to go. How you doing?
I'm well, Kevin. Thank you.
Hey, last year, taking over mid-season, or as far as the school year, and you guys had the best year since, well, forever. Very experienced team. What do you got on board for this year?
Yeah, I think we're the strength of our team. We're lucky to have some talented seniors back on the mound. We're lucky to return the Mountain West Pitcher of the Year, Andrew Mitchell. Our Sunday starter, Tevin Cadola, is back. The best closer in the Mountain West, Phineas Del Bonta Smith, is back. Justin Watland, the jam guy out of the bullpen, is back. And we had a freshman who had 6 saves last year. Left-handed pitcher Wes Clausen is back. So from that standpoint, and then we return our catcher, Johnny Mendoza, St. Francis product. Aaron Pleschner from Carlmont is our shortstop, has been for the last 4 years. And Kellen Strom is our center fielder. So defense up the middle is good. Some senior pitching is great. And we had success last year because we could pitch and defend a little bit.
And you hit, and you lost a lot of that offense. How are you going to replace that this year?
I don't know. I think that's our big question right now. We spent a lot of the time this summer trying to try to maintain some of that physicality that the Mountain West presents. The clubs in our conference are pretty offensive. You can survive the Mountain West with a little touch higher in ERA than these guys probably would like to admit that we can. So we needed to make sure that we filled those shoes. We lost 6 guys from our lineup. And so we've got some guys that we think will be able to contribute. We just those some big question marks right now.
After coming on midway through last year and everything kind of spinning, you kind of got your feet wet now. You feel good about yourself as a head coach? Because I know the Spartan alum, we're fired up for you.
I appreciate it. This is a big honor to be like you, growing up in this area, going to Los Gatos High School, and I've never met Billy Owens, but I was.
He's a god.
But I know that from watching CCS baseball as a kid. I followed Los Gatos High closely, and they played Bellarmine, and so having ties to this area, and now being at San Jose State, following somebody like Coach Ferraro and the success that he had, and players like you and Mark Langston, and it is amazing to be in this position. At San Jose State, and I really look forward to our future.
Brad Sanfilippo. Hey, I'm glad you brought up Mark Langston. He was a 60 WAR, I was a -3, so it's all good. Thank you. Coach Esker, how are you? Pac-12 champ for the Stanford Cardinal. How do you repeat on that?
That's a good question. We got our hands full trying to do that this year, but we got a lot of experienced players coming back, and we got some big holes to fill on the weekend starting rotation. But I think we got some kids who could step up and do that for us.
Well, the back part of the bullpen, he's pretty good. He's going to be recognized tonight. We won't talk about numbers because it's kind of embarrassing there, myself and reading about it. But having a guy like him and Jack Little, how nice is that to have as a manager?
Well, I mean, when you can shorten the game and get it to your closer's hands and have it be game over, it's a big weapon to have at the back end of your bullpen. And so we're hoping to keep things the same as far as our bullpen is concerned. Having Jack at the end of the pen would be just obviously is a great luxury for us, and first team All-American, and just as good a character as an individual as he is a pitcher, which is just as important.
And on the offensive side, who are you going to be leaning on this year?
Well, we've got a number of returning players. We return our catcher Maverick Hanley, Andrew Dashbaugh at first base, and
is he going to use his glove this year? That's the biggest question.
yeah, everyone remembers that highlight of the glove coming off his hand and him catching the ball. Tim Towell was a freshman All-American third baseman, and then we return our 3 starting outfielders. So hopefully we got some experience there to lighten the load on our starting pitching as the season gets off, and then hopefully we can develop that starting pitching.
Well, best of luck on reaching the Pac-12 championship yet again. Thank you. Rusty Filter, Santa Clara. Coach, how are you? I'm well. Last year, obviously a very experienced crew in your first year at Santa Clara. Second year, what are you expecting on with this team?
Well, we are polar opposite from these two guys. 23 new faces. My coaching staff did a great job on the recruiting trail and bringing in some new players. So, I think they've probably got a better idea on their lineup and what to expect day to day. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do at practice tomorrow.
Well, you got 35 guys who came into the program. You had to memorize their names. Did you get all 23 down this year?
Yeah, I think we covered that. We're pretty good with that.
Been at your facility, saw someone hit over there, but there's a couple players in there, and one guy that reminded me of Aaron Judge. He's enormous. Can you talk about him, please?
Yeah, Andre Nebby, special talent, probably plays center field for us, third or fourth. Him with Jason DiCochea, Jake McNichol, probably our three main players that are returning. The rest of the positions will be new. But Andre, physical guy, can run, hits for power. We only had him for 5 games last year with an injury, but he's come back fully healthy, and we're expecting big things from him.
Being at San Diego State for so long, Stanford for 8 years, now you're at Santa Clara. How have you been able to mix both of philosophies? I mean, you could say San Diego State, Santa Clara, totally different, opposite ends on the academic side. But I mean, what have you been able to bring up there?
Yeah, it's a mesh. I think the experience at Stanford that I had made a lot of relationships with people. We're trying to attract high academic kids. We're also, still the blue-collar, gritty player. That's my style. So, I think it's been a combination of both that's put us where we are now. And, there's so many good players that are in this area and good coaches that, we feel fortunate. We brought in 8 Catholic League kids, and we're really looking forward to get going with the season.
Someone took notice. West Catholic has some talent. Nice job. All right, Rusty, thank you. Appreciate it. Good luck, fellas. All right, seconds are there if you need more food. It's not McDonald's or Burger King over there, but they did a hell of a job. Sorry, I had to. It was all there. All right, we're going to start this off. High School Players of the Year. The first of 2 that we're going to be introducing. Davis Miller from Willow Glen High School. Davis was a 4-year starter with the varsity team at Willow Glen, winning 26 games on the mound over his career with an ERA of 1.73. This past season, Davis was 9-2 with a 1.74 ERA. Really? Nice. With the bat, Davis hit .342, 21 RBIs, selected the BVAL Mount Hamilton Most Valuable Player. Davis is currently pitching for the University of Puget Sound. Proud to say I got to coach this guy. Awesome kid, too. So, your 2018 High School Player of the Year here at the Santa Clara County Hot Stove, Davis Miller.
All right, thank you. It's awesome to be here in front of everyone. Thank you for loving the sport of baseball and supporting us here today. Thank you to Coach Kevin Franson for everything he's done for me. I want to give a big shout out to Willow Glen High School for everything that they've done for me. Coach Ostrowski here with the Willow Glen Athletic Directory. Coach Sam Ferraro, obviously, for taking a chance on me as a freshman, just 14 years old. I really appreciate you helping me see the game. To Matt Nolfi, my pitching coach for 4 years as well, is also here. Thank you for helping me with first pitch, dedication and getting things done right the first time. It means a lot to me. Terry Harkey with Harkey Baseball Academy, thank you for all the endless times, the fun summers. Coach Eric McGee, Coach Colarola, who's been my pitching coach since I was 5 years old. Thank you to all my teammates. Coach Kevin Van Nest, my Little League coach who has been coaching me since I was 5 years old. Been at every single one of my games. I really appreciate everything he's done for me. Thank you, and have a good night.
All right. The second one is not here in attendance tonight because he's awesome. He's at the University of Arkansas. Patrick Wicklander out of Valley Christian High School. He was the ace of the staff at Valley Christian for, we'll get into that later, but they were the #1 team in the nation by Max Preps, and he was pretty spectacular. So earlier in the 2018 season, Patrick struck out 18 while throwing a no-hitter in the West Catholic Athletic League win over Archbishop Reardon. 18, damn. All right. Patrick finished the season with a school record 102 strikeouts in 76 innings. This while going 7-3 with a 1.34 ERA. Opponents hit just 123 against him. In 4 seasons at Valley Christian, 1.34 ERA, 297 and 2/3 innings. That's impressive. He had a couple section titles. And accepting Patrick's award is going to be Kevin Miller. Is that correct? Yes. And Coach Diotti's here, so we got to give him the love. Patrick Whitman.
Kevin Miller. Used to get to coach Patrick when he was about 9, so about my height now. But he's out in Arkansas now. He wrote a nice little speech for me to give you all here. So I'll just read this off real quick. I'd like to thank all my coaches, teammates, friends, and family for everything they have provided and helped me to accomplish throughout high school and into my collegiate career. Receiving this award is very humbling, and it is an honor to accept it. Thank you to everyone who has been on this journey with me. And go Hawks!
Thank you. All right, we're going to do our Giants and A's outlook right now. Yeshaya, you here? And David Forrest. There he is. All right, where do you want to start? We'll go with the A's. Okay. David, we have the general manager of the Oakland A's. It's pretty special here. So, special year last year. Obviously, the Yankees was a tough one-gamer, but what did you guys learn off that, other than you guys had a great team?
Yeah, we did. We had a really special team. And then one of the honorees tonight, Stephen Piscotty, was a huge part of that. But, we came into the season, not a lot of expectations. Bob Melvin took a group that a lot of guys were new to each other, sort of gelled over the course of the year, and played from early June all the way through the end of September as one of the best teams in the game, and gave us a nice young foundation of position players to build on for 2019.
Not only that, you guys extended Bob Melvin, and I think everyone around here in the area is more than appreciative because the guy's awesome. Everywhere he's been, he's won, and he's special leading that group. What can you say about him?
Yeah, I mean, Bob is a Bay Area guy through and through. He, from Menlo Atherton all the way through Cal, and now having played with the Giants and managing our club, he loves everything Bay Area. Everything we do starts with Bob and his ability to put the players in a position to succeed. So he's critical to what we do.
For a organization, look, this is not a shot at the Giants, but for an organization that's light on the outfielders, the Oakland A's aren't. And obviously, we've seen the production, Stephen Piscotty, Chris Davis, you could go on and on. Laureano comes in the middle of the year, and he's been special. What can you say about the depth that you guys have built all throughout the organization, not only just in the outfield, but all over the place with homegrown talent?
Yeah, it's critical to what we do is homegrown talent, and the scouting staff that we have here tonight is a huge part of that. A lot of guys, Chad Pinder, Matt Chapman, Matt Olson coming through our system, and then a lot of guys we've traded away to build the major league team. So, scouting, player development, it's always been important to the A's.
You look at the starter, or what is the opener? Yeah, for the most of these teams that are going. Look, you guys went through more injuries than most, and it comes to your starting staff, but you got 2 kids that this year will be healthy. Obviously, Lizardo had a good year last year, should be a piece. But the kid, AJ Puck, and I saw him a couple times in Stockton, and that might be as special as they come. Can you imagine him being in Yankee Stadium, not as a Yankee, as an A, pitching in that one-game playoff, because he's a special talent?
Yeah, there's a lot of young pitchers in our system. Puck and Lizardo at the top of the list, but James Caprillion, Dalton Jeffries, a Cal alum. We've got young pitching. We just need to get everybody healthy, and it could be a lot of fun for a long time.
The left side of the infield, Marcus Simeon and Matt Chapman. You've already talked about him. You had the 2 Matts winning Gold Gloves this year. But how special is it for you to see your guys come up, produce, and not only that, get recognized for it?
Yeah, well, we had 4 infielders all as finalists for the Gold Glove this year, which was pretty special. And none have a better story than Marcus, who came over to play shortstop, struggled, and worked as hard as anyone you'll ever see to get better. And for him to be in Gold Glove consideration this year was really great.
Well, best of luck for the Oakland Athletics on hopefully a championship season for you guys as well.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Of course. Shia. Man, I was like, dude, you're a vice president of something. This is awesome. All right. So we were talking about it earlier, and look, there's been a lot of change. Everyone knows that about the San Francisco Giants. Farhan Zaidi comes in, and I think that is I think that's a win. I mean, what Bobby and Saves have done for all those years, you've worked under him, is special. Obviously, with 3 titles, you can't replace that. But with Farhan coming in, what's been the biggest change for you guys that have worked under all those guys?
Well, I mean, first off, it's been as smooth as it possibly could have gone from the top down. Farhan's been great to work with every single day. He's creative, he's a good person, he knows baseball, and he brings a calm about him. And he's really embraced the culture that was already there. And he listens to everyone around him, but he also has his own opinions, which is great. He knows the league really well. He knows what he wants to do. He's also brought in some really good talent in the front office. Zach Manassian's here. He's now our new pro scouting director. We brought over actually Holmesy, Michael Holmes from the A's, who was their assistant amateur scouting director.
Sorry about it.
So I appreciate it. He's been great to work with, and we actually are looking forward to get players like you. I don't know if any of you have seen Franny play when he was a player, but we drafted him in '04. He was the first one to the big leagues from that draft with us, and he walked in the clubhouse the first day with a chip on his shoulder, always played hard. The type of player you'd want every single player in here to be like, so it was fun watching you.
Appreciate that. It got me out of there too. Anyway, way to go. Yeah, get that one in. I think a big question for all Giants fans around here is Buster and his hip and how he's been. You've been around him and his rehab. What can you say about that?
It's going real well. He's beginning to do baseball work. We're expecting him to be, a little bit slower at the beginning of spring, but he should be good to go at the beginning of the year. And most of you who saw him the second half last year, you saw his mobility wasn't what it once was, and we're expecting a lot of that will be back, and you'll see Buster Posey as Buster Posey is probably.
One thing, if people follow Farhan and what he's done in the past, and where he's been, there's depth that he's created. The 40-man roster seems like it's 52 guys. His 25 seems like 32. How are you guys building that depth? Are you guys, coming away with things that you want to see? Getting Derek Holland back for your rotation was big, but what else do you see?
It's a great point. That's really been our big focus so far this offseason. We obviously haven't made any flashy moves, but we're really rebuilding our 40-man roster. Our 40-man roster got pretty old in the back end. We really needed to improve. So a lot of little moves, Rule 5 picks, waiver claims. Spent a lot of time in the minor league free agent market, which we've been pretty successful over the years with Derek Rodriguez last year, Derek Holland last year. So we have a few guys we've targeted and we got, which we're really excited about.
Well, Yeshaya, appreciate you coming up here for the San Francisco Giants. Yeshaya, go for it. All right, next is the Community College Player of the Year, Jake Holton. He's out of Los Gatos, went to Santa Barbara City College, now at Creighton. Jake was the do-it-all for the Vaqueros last season. Sophomore year in Santa Barbara was pretty awesome as he was a 386 average, 1053 OPS, All-American honors. He was the player of the, I believe, the player of the league. Yes, that is correct. And then on the pitching side, he was 0-1 with 11 saves. Oh, that was the state leader. It was the Santa Barbara City College record. And that was a team that didn't win a whole lot. Every game he basically came in, he saved. That was Jake Holt. His Santa Barbara coach, Jeff Walker, who was a St. Francis graduate, also played at Kenyatta and LMU, could not attend. He's unable to leave Santa Barbara to the rainstorm. So Jake's asked his high school coach at Los Gatos, Nate Anderson, to accept Jake's award. Congratulations, Jake Holden, Community College Player of the Year. All right, in the meantime, Nate, seriously, you're not that old yet. All right.
First off, congratulations to everyone that won an award tonight. This is a great evening for baseball. It's an honor to be up here for Jake Holden. Jake is, you show up to the yard to coach a kid like Jake Holden. It's fun to work hard with this guy, and I have so many memories with him that just make you smile, because it's not a job when you coach a kid like this. He's the toughest kid I've ever coached. He's got an unbelievable family, and you can hang a hat on this kid for the rest of your life. And so I'm sorry Jake can't be here tonight to receive this award, but this is the first of many for this kid. It's an absolute honor to receive this award on his behalf. Thank you, everybody.
No one's going to be mad he's at college. It's awesome. All right, the Lloyd Christopher Award. In your programs, you have the full description on it, so I'll give you a little bit. Lloyd Christopher was a beloved scout in our area who grew up in Richmond, made it to the big leagues with the Red Sox, Cubs, and the White Sox. He also played for a great deal of time in the Pacific Coast League, and there's no baseball on the West Coast without that, right? Anyway. He led the league in home runs in 1946 with 26 while playing for the Angels. He started scouting in 1957. Among the players he signed were Dick Tidrow, Carney Lansford, Dennis Eckersley. Lloyd really was known for helping young scouts and for helping young players in their development. For this reason, we honor one overachieving player from each of the universities at this event: Santa Clara, Stanford, and San Jose State. The school will receive $500 donation in the name of the player honored. Coaching staff at the schools have nominated the players that best fits the ideal that Lloyd Christopher personified. So the first one, Jason DiCochea, Santa Clara. Jason, in his sophomore year, started 50 of 51 games, started 35 at shortstop, 12 at third, 3 at second base, batted in every spot in the lineup except the cleanup. We'll work on that. We can work on that. Batted the most in the second spot, led the team in batting average, 323, runs scored, 35, hits, 63, doubles, 15, and hit by pitches, 11. Had a hit against every opponent you guys faced last year, reached base in 27 consecutive games. The first Lloyd Christopher Award winner, Jason DiCochea.
It's an honor to be here, and I'd like to start off and thank Hot Stove and the committee for having me here and having all of us here for this wonderful event. I'd also like to thank my coaches over at Santa Clara for coming in and giving me a chance and believing in me and teaching me more about baseball in this last year than I've learned my whole life, and so I want to thank you guys for that. I'd also like to thank my family and friends and teammates who have helped me get to this point in my life and baseball career, and it's truly is an honor to be around so many great ball players and impactful members of the baseball community. So thank you guys for being here, and I hope you guys have a good night, and good luck in your upcoming spring season if you are playing this year. So thank you.
All right, next up, from San Jose State, Tevin Cadola. Tevin missed all of 2017 with Tommy John surgery and pitched most of last year with a torn groin. And that's really? Torn groin. All right. Appeared in 13 games, 8 starts. In those 8 starts, the Spartans were 7-1. He ended up being 3-2, so wins don't matter, as we all know, with a 4.63 ERA in 47 2/3 innings, striking out 41, walking 17, pitched season high 9 strikeouts against New Mexico, season high 7 innings twice, New Mexico and San Diego State. In Mountain West play this season, he posted a 2-1 record with a 3.50 ERA. Tevin Cadola.
First off, I'd like to say thank you to Hot Stove for having me out to this awesome event. This is really cool. I feel honored to be here. I'd also like to thank my coaches for giving me the opportunity and trusting in me every time I go and take the mound. I'd like to thank my family and friends for coming out and supporting us, taking those long road trips to be there. It's a huge, huge advantage for us. I'd also like to thank my teammates for grinding with me every single day on and off the field. And congratulations to everybody else that received an award tonight. Have a good spring as well. Thank you.
All right. From Stanford, Jack Little. He had a ho-hum year. More to come about this Vegas kid later. I'll let him speak because his stats and everything, we'll do that when he's getting the word for the second time. Jack?
Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here. Thank you to Hot Stove for putting on this awesome event. It's truly an honor to be here. Thank you to my coaches, teammates and friends and family for supporting me and pushing me to be the best I can be. Really looking forward to having a great season this year. Thank you again.
Actually, stay up here. College Players of the Year. First up is going to be out of Stanford University, Jack Little. Look, I texted Hut earlier in this process, and I said, no offense on this one, I said, Bubich, where's he at? I thought he'd be the pitcher of the year. And he goes, have you not seen what Jack Little's done? I was like, no. Check it out. So I go on my phone, look it up, and I look for the kids out there. I went, holy sh**, okay, and I stopped there. So Baseball America First Team All-American, Perfect Game First Team All-American, NCBWA First Team All-American, ABCA First Team All-American, All-West Region, All-Pac-12, 2018 NCBWA Stopper of the Year finalist. Who beat you? That's terrible. 16 saves, tied Colton Hawk for the single season program record. Finished 3-0 with a .60 ERA and a 167 batting average against in 45 innings. Struck out 58 and walked 8. 2 straight 9-out saves, March 4th versus Michigan and March 10th against Texas. And you were the clinching pitcher against Washington when you guys won it all in the Pac-12. Well, I'll let him talk a little bit more. Jack Little. Congratulations.
Well, thank you again for all that. Thanks again for Hot Stove for putting this on, for inviting me out here. Last year was truly a special year for our whole team. New coaching staff came in, really created an environment that made it awesome to come to the field every day and get your work in. It just truly couldn't have been a better environment for me to succeed and for us to have the year we had last year. And I truly look forward to getting back out there on the field in a month and trying to recreate some of that magic. Thank you.
And Jack, you don't have to thank your teammates, they thank you. Coaching staff does too. They appreciate it. Second up, Andrew Mitchell, left-hand pitcher out of San Jose State University. Andrew completed his first season as a Spartan, 2018 ABCA Rawlings West All-Region honoree, second team, 2018 Mountain West Co-Pitcher of the Year, 2018 First Team All-Mountain West, earned a spot on the 2018 Mountain West All-Tournament team after recording 9 strikeouts against San Diego State. First Spartan in the last 14 years to eclipse 100 strikeouts in a single season. And on the 2018 year, he ended up with 13 starts, 87 innings pitched, only 69 hits with those 101 strikeouts. In the Mountain West, Andrew started 9 games, went 5-1, 3.16 ERA, and had back-to-back starts in April where he struck out 11 in each game, 15 innings, 22 punch-outs. Our 2018 Santa Clara County Hot Stove Pitcher of the Year, Andrew Mitchell.
I just want to first off thank the Hot Stove Committee for having me out here and having this dinner out here. So I also want to thank my family. They went to every single one of my starts, didn't miss one. I want to thank my coaches, making me the player I am. having faith in me. I had early struggles, and they kept putting me out there, and I wouldn't have gotten any of this without them, so thank you for trusting me. And then I want to thank my teammates for pushing me every day to be better, and it just makes it easy to go out there when you have guys you love, so thank you.
Good coaching, Brad. Way to throw him out there. Nice job. All right. Scout Award. Brad Kelly, Arizona Diamondbacks. Brad of the Arizona Diamondbacks has been working with, they put this on there, the Snakes, since 2012. Snakes. Prior to that, he worked for the Cubs as an advanced scout, managing the Reds organization, was assistant coach for the '92 Olympic baseball team in Barcelona, was the head coach at University of Miami, a head coach at Southwestern Louisiana, managing the Cape. After graduating from Cupertino High, Brad starred at Fresno State, then pitched 3 seasons in the minor leagues before beginning his coaching and scouting career at Fresno State. Yeah. Go Spartans. Congratulations, Brad, on being named the Hot Stove Scout of the Year.
Pleasure and honor to be here. First of all, I'd like to say that it's extra special having family here. My brother, who kind of forced me to compete and fight my way through things as an older brother, and my sister, who got drug along everywhere, having to watch us go places. It's nice to have you guys here. Appreciate it. Also like to thank the coaches that I played for. Coach Bennett down at Fresno State, who's a Hall of Famer, and my high school coach, who's not here due to health issues. He's a guy that took me under his wing, believed in me, and kind of gave me the motivation and the interest to pursue baseball as a career. And without his guidance, I'm not sure I would be here. These guys that are over here have been in the scouts that I ran the roads with, chasing players down. They're here. It's good to see you guys. Baseball is a family in and of itself. You meet guys, you see them all over. Sometimes you go years without seeing them, and then you run into them. And it's really nice to develop those friendships and establish the opportunity to be able to share some information, that kind of stuff with guys. And lastly, as far as the scouting part of it goes, sometimes you miss. Tried to get Billy O, didn't get him. He went to U of A. I'm not sure how good a scout I really am. I contributed one guy, probably got him to the big leagues by not coaching him. He recruited himself to Miami, came from a well-to-do family, wanted to play, said come on in. His position didn't match up with what we had. We had an All-American in front of him, so we tried to convince him to try another position. Wasn't interested. Guy could hit, slept with his bat, the whole 9 yards. Talked him in at the end of the fall to go into a junior college, and then coming back after he got a season of that's in the junior college. So I think that Mike Piazza, who's a Hall of Famer, owes me some credit for sending him to junior college instead of playing close to Miami. Anyway, thank you. It's nice to be here. Appreciate all your support. I know for these young kids that are here, it's really nice to have the scouts, coaches, and everybody that are here to kind of help mentor them along and all that. Without that type of influence, probably wouldn't be where we are today for all these guys as players. It means a lot. We need it. And we need more of it today. So anyway, thank you, appreciate it. Randy wants me to take over. Next is going to be...
You got it. Hey, before we move on, Susan, I'm not letting you go. Susan Slesser yesterday was announced, she's the A's beat writer, if you don't know this, as a statewide, right, co-sports writer of the year by the National Sports Media. It's awesome. She's so great. So please stand up. You got to get a little. Thank you. She and Ann Killian. All right, on to the minor league players. Tommy Edman out of Stanford for the St. Louis Cardinals. He is not here tonight, so we'll get this thing going on this. But Tommy saw his year start in AA Springfield and end in AAA Memphis, the Pacific League champions. In Springfield, he played 109 games, hitting .299 with a .753 OPS, 36 RBIs, and 27 stolen bases. After promotion to AAA, he hit .318 with a .776 OPS, 3 stolen bases, and I believe they won it all in Memphis this last year. This shortstop out of Stanford will be in big league camp this spring, and who knows, maybe this is the year that the 6th rounder makes his debut. He's in Florida right now doing his training commitment, whatever that is. So we have Coach Mark Marquis here to accept the award.
Thank you. As you mentioned, Tommy couldn't be here, but what a great player, work ethic, unbelievable, switch hitter. Nice about baseball, you don't have to be 6'5", 250. He's about 5'9", 5'10". As I told the players, you just do what Tommy does and you'll be fine. You play hard, and it's really paid off for him, and I'm sure he'll be in the big leagues very soon. Again, he appreciates it. Thank you.
All right, next up, Bryson Brigman. Valley Christian, University of San Diego, Miami Marlins. Bryson was a 3rd-round pick in 2016 out of USD by the Mariners. He started the year out in Cal League for the Mariners as a Modesto Nut. Played 98 games, hitting .304, 764 OPS, 22 extra base hits, 38 RBIs, 15 stolen bases. At the trade deadline, you were traded for Cameron Maybin, an A-ball player traded for a big leaguer. That's saying something about you. It's pretty awesome. So he goes over to Miami, and he just kept it rolling. Goes to the Florida State League, played for Jupiter, appeared in 17 games, hit .338. And that wasn't the only movement on the year, because you go to Jacksonville to close it out, hitting over 300 yet again. Bryson finished the season between 3 teams, 310, 765 OPS, your minor league player of the year from Valley Christian, USD Marlins, by the way, of the Seattle Mariners, Bryson Brigman.
So thank you for having me. I guess I'd like to start by thanking my family, my friends, and all my coaches that have, there's a lot of them in this room, and you guys have all got me to this point in my career, and I couldn't be here without you. I think I also have to throw a bone to my girlfriend Megan back there, because I think I'll hear an earful if I don't. So, no, actually she's been great and been with me every step of the way this season. So, I remember being out, on the other side on the tables back in high school, and to be over here on the flip side up on the stage is a little weird, but I'm definitely grateful to be here, and thankful to the Hot Stove for giving me this honor. So thank you.
All right, the Ted Barrett Umpire of the Year Award. This award is named for Ted Barrett. Where's Ted at? Yeah, you're coming up anyways. Ted grew up in Los Altos and attended Los Altos High School, Cal State East Bay. As an umpire, he made his major league debut on May 27th, 1994, and has been a crew chief for the last 7 years. Ted has been behind the plate for 2 perfect games. David Cohn and Matt Cain. Yeah, Matt Cain was nice. I think everyone remembers that one. As well as Irving Santana's no-hitter. Ted has worked 23 postseason series and 3 World Series, the last being in 2014 when the Giants swept, or was it 2012?
This year, 18.
Yeah. See, notes, not right.
14.
I skipped school. Yeah. I'd like to thank Ted for coming here and giving out this award.
So all the big games that I've worked in the World Series, which, by the way, this year was my plate job. They decided to go 7.5 hours, 18 innings. So he gave me the mic. This might be a while. I don't do things quickly, but no, I'll make it fast. One of the greatest highlights of my career was I came to the Hot Stove one year and I sat right over here next to Kevin. And later that year he came up and, was it your Major League debut? It was his Major League debut. I'm working home plate. The catcher goes out to talk to the pitcher. Here comes Kevin to the box. Hey, Kevin, how's it going, man? He kind of looked at me and gave a half smile. And I said, what's wrong with you, man? He goes, a little bit nervous. And then I realized it was his major league debut. I think you got a knock, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, hey, it's a great honor to be here and give this award. I just want to lay out something out for you people that right now there are over 200 men and women down in Florida trying to get a job in minor league baseball as umpires. And I'm proud of Lou because in 2011 he went to umpire school. There was close to 300 people that year vying for a job. He was one of the 50 that got sent to the minor leagues. He went to the Arizona League, then got promoted. After that to the Northwest League. The class whittled down to about 40. Then he went to the South Atlantic League, didn't you, Lou? Yeah. Class went down to about 30. Got promoted to the California League. Class went down to about 20. Got promoted to the Southern League. His class went down to about 10. He got promoted to the Pacific Coast League. I think there's 4 or 5 guys left from his class. To become a minor league umpire, you have to beat a lot of odds in the first place. To become a major league umpire, the odds are insurmountable. But to get to the level that Lou's at now, it's all about perseverance. It's about hard work. It's about dedication. And I'm so proud to give this award tonight to Lewis Williams III.
Thank you very much. I just want to thank Hot Stove for this award. I'm honored and I'm humbled. To all my friends and family at the 2 tables over there, I couldn't do it without you guys. Your support is, it doesn't go without saying that it means so much to me. I couldn't do what I do for 6 months out of the year without that. My fiance who's over there, she's definitely my rock during the season. She supports me 100%. It's not easy being away for 6 months from her, but she comes out and visits me and does whatever she can to help me and support me when I'm in need. So thank you, everybody, and I'm very humbled for this award. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, Lewis. Little side note with Ted Barrett, only umpire my entire life, like all the way to Little League I didn't argue with. He kicked my, right? Yeah. He yelled at me once. That's good.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I forgive you. Amateur Organizations of the Year. We're going to start out with the Almaden Little League. Boys, you can start throwing up here. There's a lot of you. The Almaden Little League 12-year-old All-Stars had an exceptional run last summer, beginning with the District 12 tournament, hosted by Cambrian Park and Union Little Leagues. The Almaden team won their pool by defeating Los Gatos. They defeated Quito in the semifinals. They still have a team. That's impressive. Before the district with 3-1 victory over Union. The team moved on to the Section 5 tournament, ran table, defeating Hollister, Santa Clara, and Gilroy to claim their 2nd straight tourney championship. The team then advanced to the Northern California tournament in Redding, where they finally met their match in Half Moon Bay and Madera. But what a season it was for you guys. For their tremendous accomplishments this past summer, we would like to honor the Almaden Little League as one of our Amateur Organizations of the Year. We got Jim Coffey, Jason Hartney, and Chris Kern. Come on up. Jim?
A little bit of a surprise, I'm speaking tonight, so if I mess this up, I recommend you go to the Almaden Little League website, listen to the radio interview they surprised you with a few months ago, which made me equally nervous. So we are honored to be here. Thanks for the Hot Stove group for putting this together and honoring us. Chris Kern and Jason Harkey are 2 of our coaches. There's another one out in the crowd, Rob Poole, who's instrumental in building these boys into the players they are. So thank you to Rob and all the other family members out there who helped the kids get where what they accomplished this past year. The story of the 2018 Almaden 12U team really started years ago, but in terms of Little League, the 2017 team also had a pretty special year. And I just want to read off a statistic which I think is pretty impressive. The combined scores of they finished the year with a total record of 11-2, but through their first 9 games through District 12 and Section 5, the combined score of those 9 games was 128 runs for, 26 against. Pretty impressive. They went to the state championship. This was in 11s. They finished tied for second, essentially, lost to a great Tri-State team, who many of you may have seen on ESPN this past year, who finished second in the Western Regional. So going into 2018, some of you coaches out there know my job and the staff's job was to not screw it up. And to the credit of the other District 12 teams, we have a lot of our friends in the crowd from Union Little League and Willow Glen and some of the other teams. We have a great district, and they gave us a battle. They were the marked team, and we had a lot of close games. And to the boys' credit, it's the most mentally tough group of kids that I've ever seen, and they made us and our community very proud. We again went to the Northern California State Tournament, fell one round short of being on ESPN, which was the boys' dream, but nonetheless, we're very proud of them, and I like to call them up one by one, so they can get their moment of recognition. And I'm going to go alphabetical by last name. I swear this is a coincidence. My son just happens to be the first one. And that's Tiger Coffee. Next player up is Graydon Heister. William Fisher. Joe Fuquay. Ryan Hahn. A lot of you in the crowd will recognize this next last name, Cody Hartke. Tanner Kern. Colin Lakaraju. Dominic Poole. Tyler Smith. Ryan Teeple. And Nathan Tickey. Boys, everyone step forward just a little bit so everyone can see this handsome group of young men, a couple of handsome older gentlemen as well. Again, thank you for honoring this group of boys, and hopefully this will not be the last time you'll see some of these faces up on stage. No matter what no matter what their future holds, we wish them all the very best, and thanks again.
Fisher kid right there. It took me like 25 years to get your size. Good for you. All right. Second team up, the Valley Christian Warriors had a dream season in 2018. They finished second to Sarah in the WCL round robin. Actually, they were tied with Sarah, with 11-3 record. But based on Sarah's 2 head-to-head victories, the Warriors entered the WCL tournament as the number 2 seed. The Warriors avenged those losses by defeating Sarah in the finals of the WCL tournament to share the WCL title with the Padres. Then the Padres rolled through the Warriors rolled through the CCS Open Division, winning 3 straight games, including defeating Los Gatos in the finals. They were atop both the California and national Max Preps rankings, laying claim to being the top team in the state and the nation. Coach Diatti has a ring to prove it. It's awesome. The Warriors finished with a record of 29-3 and 1. So congratulations to Coach Diatti and the Valley Christian Warriors. Coach Diatti's not coming up. The players are. Who's talking? The Stanford kid.
Coach specifically said, keep it out of his hands, and now they're in my hands. So here we are. Thank you to Hot Stove for giving us this award. It's a huge honor. Just want to thank Coach Diatti, Coach Farr, everybody that came out and watched us, and yeah, it's a really huge honor. Just want to thank you guys.
Nice, great, man. Way to go. Congratulations on that awesome honor.
Raise your hand if the box, the Paradise High School box, has not gotten to you guys. We're trying to get that thing loaded up. So raise your hand high. Let's get the box going over there. Appreciate all your help, and I know everyone up there will appreciate your help as well. For the Kathy Wolf Women in Baseball Award, Linda Pereira, please make your way up here. Again, that Paradise box is being passed around. I believe it's over here on the right-hand side, so if you can't help, anything helps, and they will be appreciated. Linda.
I am very proud to be the first winner of the Kathy Wolf Award. And Kathy spent 21 years at Stanford, I say running the program. I think that a lot of ladies learned from her. I know I didn't know her, but read about her and learned about a lot of things. And I'm very honored to introduce this year's winner, Tiffany Fuentes. Tiffany is the backbone of our host family program. Many of you that don't know, all of our players live with host families, and the Fuentes family goes above and beyond the call of duty, helping our young players, especially our Latin players. But Tiffany also spends a lot of time with her son PJ, with his team, his high school team, his travel team, the Fuentes family, Dan, her husband, PJ, her son, and her mom, Linda, donate tons of time and effort and goods to help the baseball world. And it is my honor to introduce to you Tiffany Fuentes.
Thank you. Thank you to the Hot Stove Committee for this wonderful honor. It's such an honor to be recognized for something I love being a part of. Thank you to the San Jose Giants for allowing me to be a part of the family. Thank you to my family for being supportive for my son, for allowing me the opportunity to be so involved. Thank you.
The Frank Betancourt Academic Achievement Award. Frank Betancourt coached baseball at Menlo Atherton High School and South San Francisco High School for over 40 years and was the epitome of the teacher-coach. Frank ran the Menlo Park American Legion program for over 40 years, coaching baseball year-round and impacting thousands of lives as a coach and teacher, including Bob Melvin, manager of the Oakland Athletics. The Hot Stove Committee annually gives an award to the top scholar athlete in Frank's name. The honoree this year is Nathan Pang, Saratoga High School. Nathan's accomplishments this past season: 524 batting average, 12 home runs, 40 RBIs, and 43 hits. Nice. 7-1 on the mound, with an ERA of 1.88 with 60 strikeouts in 56 innings. You accomplished this while having a 3.7 GPA, taking all honors and advanced placement classes. Nathan is currently playing baseball for the University of California, Davis Aggies. Way to go. Nathan Pang.
I'd like to thank the Hot Stove and the committee for having me here. It's my honor to be here. I'd like to thank my coaches, Coach Bart, Coach Sean. Coach Sean's always down to hit. Every time I text him, he's just like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. I'd also like to thank my family and friends for helping me along the way, specifically my parents for all the financial support, all the physical support, all the staying up late, teaching me, helping me with my swing, all that. And yeah, go Ags.
Major League Pitcher of the Year, Eric Goodell. This right-handed reliever was having a phenomenal year between the Mariners and Dodgers. Big Leagues teams going 3-0, 2.95 ERA in 31 innings before getting injured. Left-handed batters against this right-handed reliever. Hit only 158, 2 extra base hits in 66 plate appearances. A July where he pitched 8 2/3, gave up 2 hits, punched out 11. Pretty good.
And we're all happy that you can join us tonight as a Bell alum. There we go. UCLA grad, Eric Adele. Eric?
It's good to be here. Got to see a lot of familiar faces today. Old teammates, opponents, UCLA Bruins, Bellarmine Bells. Pretty cool. I guess the main thing I just want to say is thank you to my parents. You know, always drive me around to tournaments my whole life. Spent summers, you know, all over the place instead of at home. My little brother for being almost as good as me when we were growing up, even though I was 4 years older. You know, pushing me to always be better. Yeah, and then all the coaches I had along the way. It's great that a bunch could be here tonight. Gary Cunningham, who I know most of you guys know in here. Tom Medica, Joe Connolly, who got me going in travel ball. Yeah, just really cool to be here, and thank you.
All right, the next one, Major League Player of the Year, Stephen Piscotty, Amador Valley, Stanford, and the A's. Stephen had a big year for the A's after being traded from the Cardinals back home to the Bay Area, in part to be close to his alien mother, Gretchen, who suffered from ALS. Stephen hit 27 homers, had 88 RBIs in 2018 while helping the A's reach the playoffs and being able to play close to home for his mom. She passed away on May 6, 2018. On a night not only when baseball fans all around the country knew about what was going on when Stephen was playing, the Bay Area fans were with him, I think, right by his side. Steve returned to the lineup on May 15th, and against the Red Sox in Fenway, hits a dramatic home run in his first at-bat upon returning to the lineup. For the A's to ride the momentum they jumped on his back in September as he only hit .310, had a 1049 OPS, 8 homers, 25 RBIs. Stephen, unfortunately, is not here, but he has a good excuse. He's on his honeymoon in New Zealand after marrying his wife, Carrie, on January 5th. And so to accept this hot stove honor of Major League Baseball Player of the Year on behalf of Stephen is a guy everyone knows around here, Coach Mark Marquis.
Thank you. As Kevin mentioned, Stephen could not be here tonight, but he wanted me to relay this message. Here we go. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great evening. I want to start by saying how honored I am to be one of the Hot Stove MLB Players of the Year. It is also special to be sharing this award alongside All-Star Mitch Henniger. What a tremendous year he had. Congratulations, Mitch. I wish I could be there in person tonight. However, I'm currently on my honeymoon, as he mentioned. I married my beautiful wife, Carrie, on January 5th, and we are celebrating as a couple in New Zealand. Obviously, the past season was a challenging one. I lost my mother in May after her courageous battle with ALS. Her story and our story has been well documented and reported throughout this last season. The amount of love and support that poured into our family during such a difficult time was incredible. It took a village to care for my mother in her final months. We had help from about 10 different families. Night after night, day after day. I have to thank them all from the bottom of my heart because they allowed me to return to the stadium day after day and feel comfortable knowing my mother was in good hands at home. This past season, from a baseball perspective, was magical, especially for me. Hitting that home run at Fenway upon my return to the team after my mother's passing, making the postseason with a team I grew up watching as a kid. There was so much to feel good about, from the front office to the coaching staff to my teammates. I felt everyone had my back and allowed me to perform the way I did. I wanted to win. I wanted to do everything I could to help the team win. And this is when I play my best baseball. I want to thank everyone again here tonight for this award. I am very honored. A special shout out to the entire Ace family in the room tonight. And to Nine, my Stanford coach, thank you for all you have done for me and my career. Please enjoy the rest of the evening tonight. Thank you very much, Stephen Piscotti.
Yeah, that was a crazy night in Fenway. I don't know if people have all seen it here. I'm sure you have, but seeing the Red Sox all come out of their dugout, just give the stand, you could feel everything, and that's part of this, what we were talking about earlier. You're part of the crew, being here in the Santa Clara County. If you went to Stanford, Santa Clara, you're not from here, it doesn't matter. You're part of us now. So for Stephen, that was awesome. All right, next, finally, guy that's here right now, Mitch Haniger. Stand up. Yes. So Mitch went to Archbishop Mitty. Good for you. Cal Poly. And is now a Seattle Mariner. He got drafted in the first round by the Brewers, traded to the Diamondbacks. Sweet trade to the Mariners. Way to go. Throw in with Gene Segura. I love it. This guy had a monster year. Following up a solid 2017 campaign, after he was traded from the D-backs to the Mariners, he started the year out exactly how he needed to. In 27 March and April games, he hit .309, 10 homers, 27 RBIs, and a 1086 OPS. June 14th, you hit a walk-off homer, and it was the second walk-off homer in a month. Now, a few guys in the Mariners' history that we all know about never had 2 walk-off home runs. Griffey, Hall of Famer, 1. Edgar Martinez, 1. Possible Hall of Famer. Jay Buhner, lots of pine tar. We only had 1. Ichiro, Hall of Famer, none. Alex Rodriguez, none. You had 2 in 1 month. You're bad. At that point, 11 of his 16 homers were in the 7th inning or later. Pretty clutch, if you ask me. In July, he was selected for his first of hopefully many Major League Baseball All-Star games in Washington, D.C. And a lot of guys have had the post-All-Star blues, not Mitch. He only hit .304, 877 OPS, 31 extra base hits, 26 RBIs in 63 second half games. And if it can't get any better, April 27th, a bobblehead day. What is it now, T-Mobile Park? At T-Mobile Park. Mitch Haniger, bobblehead day. That's awesome. Our 2018 Santa Clara County Major League Baseball Player of the Year out of Cal Poly, Archbishop Mitty. I almost said it. And current right fielder for the Seattle Mariners, Major League Baseball All-Star, Mitch Haniger. All right. He doesn't like giving speeches, so we're going to interview him. Hey, what was it like to be in the All-Star game?
It was a good experience. Pretty cool having a lot of family and friends that came out, made the trip all the way to DC. Obviously very surreal playing with and against some guys I grew up on TV watching. It was tough to soak it all in and definitely have really good memories of the trip and kind of a whirlwind tucked into a very long season. So, hop on a late flight, play the All-Star game, hop on an early flight the next day after. But yeah, like you said, I'm very blessed to be there and I'm hoping to get back as many times as possible.
Good goal. Mookie Betts beat you for Gold Glove. That makes me mad. He had a good year. Didn't need any more, accolades. But the defensive side, I think so many people saw your offensive numbers, they didn't realize how legit you are in right field. Or center field when you got to play those games out there. But how much pride do you take in playing in your defense?
A lot. I was lucky enough to play for some really good coaches. Coach Hutton, Coach Larry Lee down at Cal Poly, and some things that they always stress are to be a complete player. And for me, I've always focused on every facet of the game and trying to improve on every single one of them, whether it's base running, whether it's defense, whether it's offense. But yeah, something that I work on daily, and going to spring training, trying to get better every day, and focus on taking live reads in the outfield and just trying to improve in every area as possible. And especially nowadays with how much analytics are involved in the game, there's a lot of ways to find your weaknesses and a lot of ways to focus on improving them. So I always look forward to actually hearing what the knocks on me and how I can get better.
You went to Mitty. No, okay, I gotta bring that up. So, I get it. I crushed Mitty on KMBR. It happens. I know. Sorry, Hat. But do you realize for a month and a half, you had free publicity for an all-star vote on KMBR? Every day. Vote for Haniger.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So, being a first-round draft pick by the Brewers, everyone thinks it's easy. It wasn't. You had some struggles. You had to, I don't know if it's a come-to-Jesus moment, but you had to change some things up. And between 15, I think, and 16, we were hitting together, and I was going, you struggled? Jeez. The ball was just jumping off your bat. What was the biggest change? Because what you took there, you've kept it going to now, and you've had some pretty impressive seasons in between then.
Yeah, I mean, I remember hitting in the cage in San Jose State with you and a couple other guys just trying to work and improve and get better, and I made a lot of swing changes that helped me get to where I'm at today, and I think the whole thing behind that is just trying to get better every day and trying to focus on your weaknesses and tapping into how to improve, and nowadays we have so much data and so much blast motion and hit tracks, all these type of things, but being able to make use of those and call yourself out with where you struggle, and for me I had to call myself out. I couldn't hit the ball the other way, I couldn't drive the ball consistently, so I had to figure out why, and it took a lot of time to figure out why, studying guys, studying other hitters, talking to other guys, but and I still do those things today, talk to as many guys as I can, trying to pick their brain. There's always something to be learned.
Veteran player that you played with that has helped you out maybe in making those adjustments or just helping you along, just in general? Who would that be?
I can't name anyone specifically. There's been so many guys. I think probably some of the veterans I played with probably get annoyed by me asking them lots of questions and always trying to pick their brain. And some advice I think that a lot of guys sitting down here could get is try to pick the brains of guys around you that are really good, guys that came before you, and whether you're in college or high school, try to pick the brain of the alumni guys that have moved on and have learned things. In my opinion, you have to be a sponge in this game and try to learn as much as you can. And for me, I know I'll never master hitting, but I mean, I'm going to try, and I'm going to try to learn everything as possible.
Last one. Look, last year you guys made a good run for a while. Some injuries, all that stuff happens. Trading away a couple of your big pieces this year, and now you become pretty much the face of the franchise. That's awesome. So that should be applauded real quick. How do you keep it into perspective? Because where you want to be, where you want, and staying in the moment, have you given thought of just working on that and being in the moment and keeping that, not looking at the outside stuff, your bobblehead day on April 27th, because that's a big thing. It's a huge thing. We all dream of that, and you have that. How do you keep it into perspective?
Just focus on what got me here, and I've had a great family and big support system from the community, and for me, I kind of put the blinders on. I kind of found out how to do that a couple years ago and not really let anything affect me as far as what people are saying, whether it's good or bad. I mean, there's going to be lots of critics out there. There's going to be people that love you, and there's going to be people that hate you, but I get all my confidence through work ethic and just trying to improve and get better. And when I step on the field, that's kind of where I get my confidence from. If I'm not putting in the work, then I don't feel like I deserve to win and to hit well. But when I know that I've done everything I could in the offseason, it makes it a lot easier to get on the field.
The guy who plays Mike Trout in the 2018 All-Star Game, Mitch Haniger. Way to go. Man, you want to make this thing so quick. The Mark Marquez Service Award is the 2018 recipient of the Service Award is Oakland Athletics Assistant General Manager and Director of Player Personnel, Billy Owens. Billy was a 1989 graduate of Bellarmine College Prep, where he was a 3-sport star, starring in football, basketball, and baseball. He is one of the top multi-sport athletes in the school's long storied history. Our bad.
Our bad.
Billy is a member of the Bellarmine College Prep Hall of Fame. Played baseball and football at the University of Arizona. Billy was drafted in the 3rd round of the 1992 draft by the Orioles and played 7 seasons of professional baseball before joining the A's as a minor league hitting instructor. Billy moved to the area scout after that, eventually being promoted to East Coast scouting director coordinator in 2003. Billy begins his second season as assistant general manager and director of player personnel after spending 12 years as a director of player personnel. Congratulations to Billy Owens, the 2018 winner of the Mark Marquis Service Award. Billy?
Kevin?
Is Kyler signing, or is he really going pro?
Yeah, and honestly, we actually meet. A couple days ago, me, David Forrest, Billy Bean, had a meeting with Kyler in Dallas, and we got one strict answer for sure from Kyler. I think he can beat me in a 40-yard dash.
I told you I'd go off script on this for a second, but for what the A's did, and for anyone that followed, the Heisman Trophy winner being the 9th, 10th overall pick for the A's this year, for all those parents wondering, should I specialize or should I play multi-sports? Look at what that kid did. He has a pretty good decision to go. And that's awesome on the A's organization for allowing him to do that. That's pretty special. And he, hopefully is an Oakland Athletic. If he's not, he's not. But whatever, you guys made it happen for him. So, way to go. As a director of player personnel, you guys got some pretty damn good players. Kind of go into that. I mean, you're watching these guys go from A-ball, even from the draft all the way through, and you could see that you guys had something special. Olsen and Chapman, and you could go on and on about all the guys, the young pitchers that are coming up. What is it about them that you think could be something that could last for a long time here in Oakland?
Yeah, honestly, baseball is strictly about opportunity. I mean, you can't, you got to make adjustments. And so Eric Kubota's here today, outstanding amateur scouting director, one of the best in the game. Dan Feinstein, one of the best pro directors and also assistant GM is here. And also Dan Kantrovic. So getting Chapman in the first round out of Cal State Fullerton 4 years ago, high ceiling. And also Matt Olson, 2 guys that won the Gold Glove. David Forrest traded for Marcus Semien 5 years ago in the Jeff Samardzija deal. And Semien was up for the Gold Glove consideration this year. And also, a guy on the farm, Jed Lowry was the first round pick. We acquired Jed twice and had an all-star year, just signed a nice contract with the Mets. So with the way we do it, the Nationals trade a couple years ago. We got Jesus Luzardo, who's our best pitching prospect. Blake Trinan was up for the Fireman of the Year this year. And we also got a kid named Sheldon Noisy, who was in AAA from Oklahoma, same school as Kyler Murray, that hit 270 last year in AAA. So just try to keep the pipeline moving and also just give guys opportunity. It's great to see Hanniger up here. He's a monster. Local kid, Mitty, went down to Cal Poly Slow, first round pick, Milwaukee. Then from there he went to Arizona and now he's settled in Seattle. He's a stud. Mr. Goodell over here, another Bell Prep, and followed his career from Bellarmine Prep down to UCLA. Got drafted by the Mets, and from the Mets he had a nice career over there and had a solid adjustment with the Dodgers last year up to the World Series. So it's just good just to have the pipeline rolling, and there's always opportunity for kids. That Almaden Little League team over there, awesome. I'm definitely going to see you guys up here in 7 years. One of your coaches, Jason Hartkey, actually played with us and beat us in the CCS way back in the day in 1988. So it's good to see Jason, switch hitter, second round pick. So it's awesome.
I was there. Yeah, Dan was the coach of Leland, not in the baseball, basketball side, so I was going for the Chargers at the time. Sorry about it. Look, you've been around the game as a player, as a coach, scout. You've done it all, and to see where the game is now. I mean, could you have ever imagined that we're seeing and talking about the computer side, all the data that's going, from where you started to where we are now?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, life's about adjustments. And so it's still a people game. I mean, these guys up here, blood, sweat, and tears, they got to put the hard work in. And now you just have more data. But some of the data tells us what happened before. And these guys up here are going to give opportunity to what's going to happen next. And so you use the data for information, just like scouting. You got to be able to embrace the tools. And none of us up here have the same TV that we used 10 years ago or the same iPad or iPhone. So
you got to constantly make adjustments, and you got to make adjustments. You got to accept change.
Is there one story, like a player story for you that has meant the most out of your career? Like as far as either being a scout or being in, just upper management, is there something about one guy that's made you more proud of anything?
Honestly, I want to kind of tell the story of how I got into scouting. So I thought I could play. We all thought we could play one day. I could be Eddie Murray or whatnot. And so go in the third round, advance, get to AAA, do pretty well. And I'm starting to languish a little bit. And I'm still good enough to hang on. And you guys never know when your opportunity comes. I mean, so you don't know who's watching you. There's always a scout out there watching you. And so you don't know when your opportunity. And mine came in a different way. I was playing for the Jackson Generals, AA in 1998. Ron Hopkins. I was a national scout for the A's at the time, affectionately known as Hoppy, and now he's a special assignment for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Hoppy I knew him from Bellarmine, knew him from college at U of A, and we're just talking players. Lance Berkman's on our team, Freddie Garcia, and it was right when Randy Johnson got traded from Seattle to Houston. And so Hoppy asked me about the players, broke them down, and this is pre-cell phone era, and now I'm trying to hang on, see what I can do in professional baseball later on, or maybe still be a player. The Eddie Murray dream's over. And 5 months later, you never know when you're getting interviewed. You're getting interviewed every day. Ron Hopkins calls me. I just signed AAA back with the Astros, and he offered me the A's were looking for an area scout job in Raleigh, North Carolina, and kind of assessed where I was as a player, and I took the scouting job, and here we are 21 years later. I'm still have the ultimate gratitude for Hoppy and Grady Fuson for giving me that initial scouting opportunity. And Billy Bean couldn't be here tonight. He is taking his kid to a soccer, something came up from family perspective, but Billy Bean's the best in the game. We talk Moneyball or whatnot. Billy Bean as a person, as a people person, is the best guy in the game to work for, along with David Force. So that opportunity that Ron Hopkins started, that Grady Fuson hired me, gave me a chance to work for the best organization in baseball.
I'm going to conclude it with this. Are the A's going to build that new park and stay in Oakland? Can you answer that right now? Go.
I say affirmative.
That's what I'm talking about. The 2018 winner of the Mark Markowitz Service Award, Billy Owens. Thanks, Billy. Go Bill! Go Bill! And that, I'll give it over to Sandy, and thank you so much.
Got about 5 more minutes on the auction, just to let you know. Also want to give you guys kudos. Best audience we've ever had. You guys were awesome. Where is the box for Paradise High School? All right, Jason, we'll get that. And with that said, Kevin did an awesome job. There's a future for you here, man. All right. Thanks, and have a great baseball season. And look for how much we raised. It'll be on the website. And if you signed up for it, you'll get notification for next year on what's happening in terms of the date. And thanks for all the support.
That's cool. Thank you.